5-degree extensions. We want to make it primarily glute bias. So I'll show you the glute bias version, and I could also show you the full hyperextension version. The difference between the two is just a bit more range of motion. Now, once we sit into the 45-degree extension for the glute bias, we want to sit in a position with this guy where these pads right here are sitting just below my hips. Now, as I sit into this position, it's going to be a shortened base movement, okay? So primarily, the resistance profile is going to be hardest where the top end range of motion is. Now, this is typically going to be where I start and stop for it being a glute bias position. Now, as I sit in position, I want to hold the dumbbell as a lever arm down below me. Now, as I come backwards, I also want to think about externally rotating those hips to pull away from me. I'm going to come down to a point where I feel a good amount of glute sensation. A little bit of knee bend is fine in this instance, where now I'm going to think about to come and transition myself up is thinking about driving that pad. So I'm thinking about driving those hips towards that pad to initiate my upwards ascent, stopping where I feel that glute completely shorten, and I'm gonna get right back into position. Slight knee bend right there, nice deep stretch, and then I'm gonna push those hips into that pad, squeezing nice and hard at the top end range of that movement. And then that second variation is just gonna be the hyperextension, so we get a bit more lower back erector stimulus. So we're just gonna get a bit more range of motion at this top and bottom, so we're getting a little bit lower. As we come up, I want you to think about hyperextending, so we're creating lumbar extension at the top of the movement, okay? And then we're coming all the way back down one more time, coming all the way up into hyperextension, where that chest should be facing forward, not down to that 45-degree angle.